Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights of today's LCP 2025 matchup.
I think possibly a read here from the bottom lane of DFM is certainly they'd be the ones that want to be in this 2v2 lane, being that they do have the lethality Varus. And will find themselves in it. Both bot lanes just hiding in different areas. Hopefully, I think both of them wanting to deny vision of where they are. But oh lord, oh, it's a soul read. This is a soul read. Has Harp leveled up an ability? He hasn't. He'll be fine. But they're looking for Milan. That's a knockback. The crash down. Flash away from Betty, and Milan's getting so low. The ignite is there, and TALON ever so patient. First blood to Betty this early on. That's one stack towards the feats of strength as well.
Betty just styling there. What a read. And yeah, look, I think TALON making a bit of a statement here.
This will be a scuttle crab for Guwon, as Casa does not have access to the smite at that time, and in fact it's Guwon who's up XP for the time being. Casa not going to be able to trade very well with him there. Milan taking a lot of damage. Woody with the continuous CC here. If he's able to get the remount, Betty will be able to pick up the kill, but there is a flash still available for Milan.
Oh, wow.
And he flashes too late.
Why did you step back in? Look, you just keep running. Getting to the point where DFM are going to have to be a little bit careful in terms of positioning because those big ultimates are coming online.
Here it is. Going to be the Grubs. The Dragon, of course, as you mentioned. But I don't think necessarily a trade that favors either of them, depending on what happens for the next Grubs. But
They hesitated a little bit to try and funnel their gold onto Fofo, so everything realistically, if they just pulled the trigger, they would have got the kill.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a flash that will no longer be available, which means that there is a window where Harp can't help with the kill.
Maybe an answer back here. Fofo going to flash away, but it's going to be followed by the cease and desist. The charm does land, and down will go Fofo. That's one kill back for DFM. Aria, the guy you want to get it, will in fact claim that.
DFM's on the board. It's exactly what you're looking for, but a lot of posturing on the top side. Ray,
especially in your direct lane, right? You've got the Merc Treads to the full Malignants. He doesn't want to be part of that. He's kind of that late game insurance for the team. Oh my lord, Casa cancelling the Vault Breaker. Guwon will have flash available to himself. Woody kind of fully committed. This does Casa, and it's a kill found. Woody going to be the one to claim that one, and with that, it's going to be a successful claim.
TLN, who already had a reasonably solid tower pushing team, just became even stronger, and Woody is just going to go bully his lane counterpart.
A bit of supportal combat.
It's the best kind, honestly. There's nothing like just, you know, egoing up against another support. Woody, though, could be in trouble.
Witness here, Chain of Corruption does come out, and looks like Woody will be taken out. Milan going to claim that one with that piercing arrow. Good find on the back end of that. Woody certainly overstaying his welcome.
Yeah, again, Ari is going to be that linchpin. He's going to be the one that ultimately, I think, contributes to the success or failure of DFM. The rest of the team will be there playing along beside him. Guwon reckons that he's that guy. Teleport coming in.
Yeah, Fofo certainly not having the getting one by Guwon, who was on the top side in his bingo card, and down he will go. That's another kill going over. 4-3 in favor now of DFM, but gold still does favor TALON.
Yeah, I mean, 6 grubs. These tower plates are going to be just melting.
More aptly named the Grand Exit in this case.
But the collapse here from DFM could spell disaster. 5v3.
Yeah, it is going to be 4v3, but a lot of damage coming down, and Harps is taken out. Woody claims that one. Casa trying to tank up, and so much damage is being answered. Betty, he's there. The bullet time comes through. Not quite enough damage to take out Milan. Arja, can he find it? No, he won't. The piercing arrow. Milan doing a great job of playing to the limits of his health bar, and without Betty being there, there is no true damage. And DFM do take the team fight win.
I mean, after those early 2 deaths on the Milan, he's only 100 gold behind now. So has recovered quite nicely with a couple of big kills.
It's more fun than on hit simply because it's easier to play. But if you can get a game where you're not really threatened...
On this Metal, they want to open up the map, which is the right call for DFM. It's about maintaining that macro. Milan hits 11, so second tier, they're going in.
He does get caught by the Rift here, knocked aside and charmed up by Aria, but unfortunately, for the side of DFM, that cleanse is going to allow him to get on out of there. And
so DFM, look, they do give over the drag, which I think is a bold call, given how much it would have meant to them, I think. Going in, DFM sort of set the trap too early.
Yeah, I mean, they still do a pro over this mid lane, and they're going aggressive here onto Casa. Everything being used, flashed onto him. The equalizer is really good, though, from RJ, splitting out this team fight very, very well. And it's going to be at least one kill. It's RJ who picks up the first. Aria's going to have to get out of there with that Spirit Rush. Ray Faki, though, he's trying to answer back in the back line. Can there be the damage coming through from Fofo? It's a double kill from Milan, but Betty is still up. It's a 3v3. Aria does get the reset, so he is able to get himself out. Watch for the Make It Rain. Once it does come down, he might be able to pick up the kill. The double up's not good enough. The cleanse does come through. And it's another flash. The double up once again still will not quite claim its target. And it's a team.
Yes, Drake is coming up. 30 seconds on the Baron. You force that Artican fight. If you win it, you then pick up Artican, go for those objectives, or you just outright take Artican, win the fight, offer the the recalls, and then from there. But Dragon started up well and truly for DFM. They're chunking through it, 2/3 left.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to find an angle for Woody here as he's just coming through from the front, but Caster going to be able to dodge out a lot of that CC, and Woody will find the angle. The bullet time's really good, but still the equalizer burning away at the health pass. Guwon goes in, but he's just taken out. Betty offering the damage you really want, and Fofo flashes forward. The rocket barrage will not connect onto Harp with the grand exit coming through. Now it's still going to be a 2-for-0. It is going to be Talon that win it up, and they will get themselves the second Dragon.
Dragon, and then could even be used to exploit Baron.
Yeah, very possibly. They do have to be careful, though. There is I mean, there's actually not. I was thinking that Onivia has immense tempo. He can just hit minions and get all of his resources back, but it does mean that he is not as strong as he possibly could be. Artican buff, though, being there should mean they are able to take this team fight win. You're seeing Aria building defensively. The Banshees is available. The ult goes wide there for Casa, but it does get the Banshees off. Flash forward from Woody. He does claim 2, and here comes the equalizer. This is the power of the 2 picks. Ray Faki, pathmaker to give himself a bit of tankiness, but Fofo's going to be able to claim it eventually anyway. And now, even though the Artican buff will be coming off the side of Talon, they should be able to pick up the Baron.
I mean, your one hope, your one prayer is Guwon going for a steal, but Woody and Fofo
take stock of the map. It's Fofo who doesn't have flash. He can be vulnerable if somehow DFM find a way onto him, but Betty feeling completely okay. He has the Zhonyas. He's going to be able to go golden. Guwon not going to find the lockdown, but still Ray Faki does find the kill. There is no equalizer until just now as Arjik trying to get there from the mid lane. Ray Faki, he gets the all out, but he's just going to get one shot. Double kill now for Talon. They still have the Baron. It's a 3v4. Harp very, very low with nothing really to offer his team. Means that everyone's going to tuck tail and head back to that fountain, get some resources back up as Talon looks to take the inhib.
I mean, it's such a shame. It did look like that for a moment there, they disrupted enough that DFM could have mounted a comeback, but Ray Faki commits too deep, isolates himself into the middle of Talon, and they just mop him up. And that's your front line gone. There is no real tank force for DFM to allow these 3 remaining
something like that. Pull off that macro to such perfection is this team. As I see a fight coming out, the charm does land onto RJ, but he's able to go golden. And here comes all the AoE from this Talon roster. RJ gets on out. He gets down the equalizer. An equalizer is an odd name for it in this game, as it's just completely melting through the health bars off DFM. The bullet time, Milan will be able to survive, but the top lane inhib certainly will not. And 31 minutes in, it's 3 inhibs down and potentially a game.
Okay, this is where Chiefs thought they were in that second game of the series. Unfortunately, they were not in that position. And yeah, so you had Seeker's Arm Guard on Fofo, and yeah, they're just going to look to end it here. There's only so much DFM can do, and most of it's just scream angrily into the void. Yeah, a lot of damage found here onto Fofo, but he does manage to keep himself up that Valkyrie the whole time. Aria now going to go down as well as Betty is just face tanking this last tower. Now respawns do come through from Harp, but this Nexus will not be respawning. It's going to be Talon taking game number 1. Yeah, and I mean, itemization there was key. They had to deal with Guwon's engage. Seeker's Arm Guard on the Cork. He denied the engage, everything. They then had it on Arji as well. The DFM in the form of the barrels, and he's just incredibly beefy. Yeah. But I think the Alistair is a lot better and rounds out their comp a whole lot. Back to base, reset. You've lost your blue. It's just a rough time. You want to come in with full HP, because if Guwon does go hunting, I think he ultimately is going to come out on top. He's 12 CS ahead as well. Yeah. Yeah, it's a really good start to the game for DFM. Very early on, Woody does find a way onto Kaku. No, he's going to flash away. Betty's still looking aggressively. He needs to get those auto attacks off, and First Blood does just go over to Harp as Betty somewhat AFK walking down the lane. Harp going aggressive here. So low is the Talon. I mean, not the Talon, the Jhin, rather. Harp, not going to be hit there with that. At this stage of the game, I have to think that probably the Aurora is stronger, although I haven't seen a whole lot of Lad to truly comment on. there's a real possibility we see a Ruinous off the back of this, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Big fight coming out, and in will go Hart, but he gets a lot of damage back, and Guwon will go down. The trade, of course, is both of these junglers. Arja very low, flashes away, but the Void Grub's going to claim his life, and now Betty is just getting chased down. Aria goes into that pool, and there's nowhere for this Jhin to run. Another kill will go down. It's DFM who are coming out very, very strong at the beginning of this game.
Jeepers, just so committed to getting that kill in the hands of Aria that Betty might have walked away. Ray's here. They're going to stop the back onto Woody. This wave is going to crash in.
But I guess after realizing his blue buff is gone, is just going to be very sad. Very, very far behind currently is Casa on the Xin Zhao.
Yeah, 2 levels down now with that dragon being picked up. And go on.
Malignance would be very helpful for the rest of his team, as everyone is, or maybe Ludens rather.
Teleport, come on, we got 3 minutes.
Okay.
Surely we can get the Ruinous Artican going.
Oh, he does get invisibility off. Can he find the ultimate? They find 1 kill here onto Harp immediately, and Fofo still with that between worlds available to himself. Caster trying to get on out of there, but the reset comes through. That's for Guwon. And Fofo, yes, he gets the between worlds off, but it's a shutdown. It's 2. It's looking like it's going to be 3, as Arya is just menacingly running forward. Woody, he's not got his ultimate anymore. It's a nice snare coming through from Betty, but this Alistair, the cow, is going to be milked, and it's not going to go home. Arya will be able to claim that one for himself, as we're seeing on our screens now. Another big win, more gold in the pockets of this DFM roster. I was about to say Talon, but looking big.
9 kills at 12 minutes. If that is not enough for us to be looking at it up for DFM, who have just held all the cards, they're 5 out of 6 scrubs. They should get this second dragon. First tower does go down. Woody's going to go for it.
Yeah, goes aggressive. Fofo finding a bit of damage, but Guwon and Ray Farki are just completely okay to keep going forward. And yeah, you get the ult off here.
So far this game, Vez, why? Why are they so committed to making plays out of it? Or Woody?
Oh, hold up. Maybe there's an angle here. Invisible does go Fofo. I believe he should have been seen, but not at the moment. The root is going to connect, but Teleport coming in immediately to answer for the side of DFM. Nothing really committed just yet for the side of Talon. So a great start chunking down Cocoon so low. Talon, I mean, you see just how unrelenting they are. Yes, they're down, but still they're not willing to give it up. Harp goes forward, he flashes, he stuns, but it's not going to be enough. Very low now is he on the Pantheon, and Aria's going to be stunned up in the middle of the team fight, but back to full health immediately. Look at all the healing coming through from this Vladimir. At least the Jhin ult is there. The Jhin ult's coming out. So much damage. A 4-man explosive cast. Low health bars, but not low enough, as Kakun will make it out, and Aria is healing up. In goes Kasa. It's 1 shutdown. Ray Farki's going to have to flash away, and will get the answer back for Guwon. Betty not got the damage either. It's so many low health bars. The Deadly Flourish isn't going to connect, but Archer's back. The flash away from Guwon. Woody, the fadeaway ignite. It's something he's done time and time again, and Talon somehow, once again, find a fight back. And in comes Ray Farki.
Oh, that's it. That's the engage you want.
Oh, they're going to find it. Fofo's going to go down, and somehow, I didn't realize the Grand Skyfall was still up. Harp and Ray Farki combined together and able to take down Fofo.
Well, he flashed into a wall, so... yeah, that one, someone clip that. That's going to be a fun one to watch later on. As it stands, though, it's not a massive reprieve. It's just a bit of gold back in the pocket of Talon. They get themselves a couple of towers, but the Rift Hero picked up, secured by DFM, blows the middle of the map wide open. Plus, that, I mean, look, they lose the tower, but at least, yeah, I suppose Caster then transitions that into an Infernal. And Artican,
voracious.
Top side, boring Artican.
Okay, I mean, they're on an absolute knife's edge, and that's kind of the position we find ourselves at now, right? We're 1.5k gold ahead for the side of DFM. They've got a very strong Vladimir, a very strong Viego, but they've got no real way to push down the objectives. You know, there's only the Artican to come up. They've been delayed for another 5 minutes, as Talon did pick up the Infernal Dragon, so 2 minutes until that objective comes up, 2 minutes until Baron comes up, so until that time, I don't suspect we're going to see too much action.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You've also got a limited window with the Artican, so you kind of want to time it so you can utilize those big objectives.
And a fight does break out. I mean, Casa going pretty aggressive. It's going to be able to get in even further. And Betty claims 3. Can he claim 4? Not often do you see Jhin get his favorite number, but it looks like he might just be able to do so here. Is the stun up? Ray Farki going to be able to flash away. And just like that, out of nowhere, the engage is found. Fofo and Woody combined together. And so many shutdowns. The gold lead no longer matters as Talon.
For Betty, who's been farming fairly well. He's 3-1-4, 200 CS under the belt. Whereas you've got 7 assists and the same amount of CS for the Caitlyn. And I mean, you're Jin. You just want to sit back while the team fights and throw
Team
utility
that was
down.
very far behind now find themselves with an advantage, and they're the team that have more of the tools to find the team fights, right? They're the team that gets to choose when to go.
I mean, that 100% comes down to a lack of information for DFM. They were fully convinced that it was,
In terms of ADs in the game, because he doesn't, all attack speed and everything like that turns into AD, as well as just, how the champion works. So anyway, Biddy will now have quite a lot of AD, quite a lot of pressure over these towers, despite only having the 4 auto attacks. In goes Fofo, finds a 4-man, are able to get out for the time being, and Fofo's going to have to try and leave. Tower not aggroing on him, so he should be completely fine for now. Ace in the hole, does get the withdraw, so that's one person now down. RJC on the side, he's the one getting focused down next. Will almost certainly be returning to his fountain. Still, no harm, no foul as teleport's coming back in. Fofo will be the first to join. Biddy trying to find the damage, and keep in mind, there are still 3 withdrawals. Caster's going to go in first. There is no between worlds though, so Fofo's impact is not as high as perhaps he'd want. Shutdown, however, does get picked up by Biddy. Woody's going to claim the second of the team fight. RJ, yes, he's taken pretty low, but ultimately will not be going down, and that's another objective found by TALON. That's another team fight found by TALON, and possibly even looking now to the bottom tower.
The biggest problem for DFM is they just don't want these explosive team fights. They want sustain. They want drawn out. That is where Ari is going to do the most possible damage in these engagements. Unfortunately, the front line is just dying too fast for him to be able to find that opportunity. And you look at it better, he's just straight looking to man fight this Vladimir, who up until very recently was the dominant factor in this game for DFM.
Yeah, just, it kind of looks again like, yes,
Teleport.
okay. Yeah, and that's kind of why, this Arakan is more fun to watch, because you get these hectic team fights. As we see TALON, they're setting up around this top side. They know there's no vision in that bush, but now with the Oracles going down on the Baron, nothing's going to have to be committed. They see the teleport going forward, and Archie finds a 3-man flash body slam, and as fast as it starts, it ends. Aria, he does get the phase rush, but Petty doesn't care. He just clicks on you. Absolute headshot, and my God, what a find from Arja.
What a combo. The Greg is back in. Aria can do nothing in the face of this squad. The team fight is no longer there for them. Caitlyn doesn't have the resources to sit there at the back the same way that Jin does.
After suffering, it has to be said, up against Harp and Kakun the entirety of the lane phase. And in will go Woody. Kakun might just die solo to Woody.
Yeah.
Explosive cast comes out, he's dead. Woody does get the rightful kill there.
Yeah, explosive cask into the wall. There was nowhere for go. As sad as it is to say, this is kind of the best spot for Aria to be in. Just often pushing side lanes, trying to create a distraction, but it's still a little too late. Baron's up. They're threatening the base. He's got a recall to try and help, but Cast is already diving past the tower. Bot lane's shoved in as well. Talon and Micro just phenomenally.
Yeah, Woody's going to be able to find the knock up there onto Harp. He does drop a lot of damage, but Fofo of the Between Worlds now going to find his way onto Guwon. Guwon does flash away, but does eventually get locked down. Aria now enters the pool. Where can he go? At least he gets out of that curtain call, and a large amount of his health does come back, but still, it is just 2 massive minion waves marching down with Baron buff on them. Teleport even coming in from Fofo now as he does return to join his team. Nice pull again from Aria, but the kill-hungry side of Talon are still looking aggressively. Rayfaki trying to do what he can, but what he can is get explosive cast right back into the full squad of Talon. Woody eventually will go down. Fofo maybe as well, but no, Betty is here to do it. Game number 2, week number 2, and series number 2, all done and dusted. Talon are undefeated.
Talon top seed in the regular season. Look forward to a well-deserved break. I have to say, credit where credit is due. DFM did